people say dogs are independent, they just mean that they're not good at following directions. That's all that means. So if you're going to a breeder and they're like, she's independent, or it's an independent breed, that means good luck telling it what to do. That's what that means. That's a nice way of putting it. Roxanne.
She feels so much better.
She does feel better. Certain conversations, letting her make choices, not forcing her, technically not forcing her to do anything, but showing her the new consequences for the behaviors. So there are the way I look at it is, here's the dog outside of Julius Canine Academy, and it has a plethora of behaviors that it can do at any given point that it wants. It's in its living room. It can jump on the couch. It can get on the counters. It can go hide behind the chair. It could do thousands of different things, no question, no consequence. And then they come to Julius Canine Academy, and we start to put them in a little box as far as behaviors go. We start to say, oh yeah, those behaviors are outside of your bounds now. And so, and slowly as training goes on, that box gets smaller and really, really tight to the point where we can get the dog to only do these 5 commands, which we call the these 5 behaviors, which we call the commands, and we can take them all over the world, and they live within these commands. And that sounds really strict, because it is. You just want that when you need it. Once the dog's compliant and we're good, we use it as needed. And when they're free of any command, they end up having a way bigger life than they did before, living in their living room. Then they can never go for walks because they're too much of a nuisance. Now this dog can go off leash in the woods, on hikes, swimming, camping, family events, because it's well behaved. Because when you need to, you can limit their behaviors. You can say, go lay down, and that's the only behavior I want you to do. And you can put those boundaries. That's really what that is. It's a boundary. It's saying everything's off limits right now besides this, down, right? And you get it, because if they go and try to break the boundaries or the rules, there's consequences they care about, just like for us in our life, so it keeps them reliable. And then they stop trying to fight the system, and they just enjoy their lives, and life is good after that. And your dog is further domesticated, if you will, easier to live with, you know, and that's really what happens here. So, of course, day one, the dog who lives in the Wild West comes to get educated here at Julius Canine Academy. They're not used to these restrictions, so they can get frustrated very fast. Some dogs get frustrated extremely fast. Like if you don't let them in the door immediately, it blows their mind, and they have a little, they tweak out like a 2-year-old. You know, they just flip out. And I'm talking full-grown dogs, not just puppies. 7 years old, it's over here having a little fit because it can't go in the door as soon as it wants to. These are the types of dogs we deal with. And these dogs also are like, you know what, I've had success biting people in the past. Let me just try that now. You know, so they just start throwing out dangerous behaviors too, because they're frustrated. And we see that all the time on day one, because as soon as they hit the leash with us, we're like, no, you can't pull us. And that will frustrate a dog, because they want to go to that tree. So now they're starting to get frustrated with the fact that there's a leash on them, so they start biting at the leash. All sorts of stuff that we see, because, and the owner might never see, because they never put their behaviors, they never put those boundaries up to say, no, you can't do that, and watch the dog get frustrated and see the true colors of the dog, because the dog has no coping skills, because they went their whole puppyhood not learning how to wait for things, not learning that they can't always get what they want. So then when they finally get somewhere like here, because those behaviors got them in big trouble, they probably bit somebody, they probably bit the owner, they probably bit a kid, they're causing some type of pain, emotionally, physically, both usually, and then they end up here, and then we put these boundaries up, and the dog says, oh, hell no. And then they realize it doesn't work, and that there's an easier path with a whole bunch of rewards waiting for you and a nice relationship with the handler. And they choose the path of least resistance, because we're consistent, and we've never seen a dog that won't adapt to a more balanced, structured lifestyle. They will, as long as there's the people that know how to do it, and they're consistent. And that's what we do. So day one, you get a 9-month-old puppy, or you get a 9-year-old human aggressive dog, it really starts with the fact that they don't know how to listen to humans. Both of those dogs. Luckily for her, she's gonna go through this young, she's 9 months, so she's gonna learn how to listen and how to be led and how to follow and all of the benefits that come along with following, you know, which is a low stress lifestyle for her and lots of fun. But when we say lay down for a couple hours, lay down for a couple hours. When we say come back to us from the hiking trail that you were just romping around on, having a good time, come back to us, right? When we say go into the kennel and be quiet for 8 hours because we're trying to sleep, please do that. And there's consequences for if they don't, so they will. And everybody's happy then. Even the dog's happier post-training eventually when everything is said and done. Day one though, they don't know that. They're like, who the heck is this person telling me not to pull on the leash? Okay? So, that's our bread and butter. This is what we do. So let's get to work on this young lady and get her an awesome companion and get those dirty thoughts, those naughty thoughts out of her mind. All right? And bring out the best qualities of her. Okay? Let's go.